Welcome to Plugged In, a series of podcasts hosted by Hatch, focusing on green energy transition and sustainable solutions. I am Yinka Ogundui.
I'm Phil Lombard.
And we'll be your hosts for today. Today we have with us Jacob Matley. Jacob is Hatch's Global Director of Battery Cell Manufacturing, also known as Gigafactories, which covers the design and construction of zero-emission gigafactories across the globe for EVs and stationary energy storage. Welcome, Jacob. Great to have you with us. So, Jacob, let me just start off maybe with a brief introduction and an overview of what exactly is a gigafactory. We hear this word tossed around a lot, but maybe you can just kind of shed some light on that.
So a gigafactory produces millions of lithium-ion battery cells per day. The annual capacity can go as low as 4 gigawatt hour to 70 gigawatt hour. The average size of a gigafactory is between 35 to 40 gigawatt hour. And to give an idea on the size of the facility, I'll give an example. The Gigafactory for Tesla is 1.9 million square feet for 35 gigawatt hour. And it will need 6,000 operators. And the CapEx per gigawatt hour is 100 to 150 million. Explaining the cell manufacturing line, so you have the electrode manufacturing, the cell assembly, and the finishing, which is formation and aging. You will have really a typical 3 types of cells in these gigafactory that they're going to manufacture. One is cylindrical, the other is pouch and prismatic.
Okay, awesome. That kind of helps set the stage. And talking about gigafactories, what do you make of all the gigafactory announcements that have been going on in North America? Do you really think we can reduce our dependence on Chinese-sourced batteries for EVs?
I would say yes. And the reason why is because there is regulation for localization. In the US, the new regulation it's forcing for the battery is to actually making the cells and even the materials of the cells to be like in North America. Like to give you an example, the size, between 2022 and 2026, there is like 13 gigafactory that's coming up in the US, mostly actually in, like you have like Michigan, Tennessee, and then, in the South as well. So most like in the East Coast. So to give you an example on the capacity increase right now, based on the benchmark intelligence database, that in North America, there will be an increase between now and 2026, like 94% increase on capacity in North America. And then even it goes more to 2031. So there is definitely big growth, which also makes it very challenging for the OEMs and the cell manufacturing to get all these factories erected quickly to support the vehicle production.
Awesome. Yeah, and just kind of on that note, talking about all these companies wanting to be first to market, I imagine a lot of these gigafactories will run into challenges. In your long experience in the battery manufacturing industry, what challenges do you think these battery makers will face moving forward, and how can Hatch and Hatch's differentiated approach help them moving forward?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. So the erecting of the gigafactory challenges. So setting up lithium-ion battery for the automotive industry is very challenging task, and the reason why, again, when you have a gigafactory is tied to a platform or a vehicle production, which means that you need to, from digging all the way to full operation, it takes only 2 to 2.5 years, which is very, very aggressive timing, because you still need to meet all the stakeholder requirements while keeping the highest environmental standards in place during production, which is, in this case, this is where Hatch can do well, because we've done chemical plants before. We have the experience on these complex, especially when you deal with the chemicals and the environmental standards. The other thing is to be actually very efficient and smooth execution of the project. You need really state-of-the-art industrialization project management, which is, again, Hatch can do well. We have a very established EPCM process and the project management with the many years of experience doing complex projects like this. The other thing is, before you do the design or during the design of the plant, you really need to do a lot of simulation, production simulation. And the reason for that is to optimize the design of the Gigafactory. And that's very, very, very critical. Then you have new product industrialization and development practice, such as development and implementation of 4D, 5D modeling in a Gigafactory, are also investigated together with the best practices from the wider industry. So that means we can use these tools from other experiences that we have in industry and implement them for the Gigafactory. The other challenge, I think, which is that's going to be very challenging, is a zero carbon footprint for this Gigafactory, which is, I believe also that Hatch can do very well, because we have a division of the renewable energy that we have a very good experience and can design and implement the renewable energy for these plants. So that's from the plan to the challenges building the plan. But there's other challenges, I think, that's also critical, which is slow production ramp up, low yields, limited output speed, supply chain shortages. That's also a challenge, which is on all these that I've mentioned, that Hatch can do very good, because especially in the mineral materials, because our experience in mining is very extensive. We can help strategize, making sure that the materials flows for these gigafactories as well. The other thing is the zero emission plant, which I mentioned, for the energy consumption efficiency. That's also very critical for the equipment and what kind of the design of the plant to kind of optimize to actually reduce energy consumption.
Awesome, thanks. It sounds like taking a multifaceted approach towards these designs really is kind of integral into a successful outcome. Awesome, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
That's it for our chat today. Tune in next time for our next follow-up episode.